Hello, ladies. Hello, ladies. If you can hear me, please say hello in the comments and let me know that you are here. As always, let me know where are you watching from today? Where are you watching from in the world? I am located in beautiful Dana Point, Southern California. My name is Linda Terjesen. My company is LTLTE. It stands for Learn to Love to Exercise. Let's get some energy up in here, All right, because today I'm going to talk about an important topic and would love to have you all interact, ask me questions as I am going. And sometimes it's hard to see the comments right away. So if you could at least drop something in, say hello so that I know that you're here with me. Because today I want to talk about the importance of eating more food, yes, more food, and still being able to lose weight. Because a lot of women, especially, struggle with losing weight and they struggle with eating too little food. They're under eating, they're starving themselves. And I am all about eating food, eating real food, and eating enough of it so we don't have to go hungry. Hi, Tiana. Thanks for coming on. So, yes, drop a note. Let me know what town, what city that you are listening from. And let me know how are you as far as hunger goes in a typical day. Where would you say that your hunger is on a scale of 1 to 10? Would you say that you are mostly satisfied, full, being a 10? Would you say that you're usually hungry, being a 1? Or are you somewhere in the middle, being a 5? Let me know where you fall. Because our body needs fuel. Just like our car, our body needs fuel. So, it is very important to eat enough food and to not feel guilty about eating food, because that's what happens a lot too, is people feel guilty about eating food. Why? We need to nourish our body, right? We need to nourish our body. And with that, you don't have to work out in a gym in order to lose weight. You can work out other places. You can get other kind of activity. You don't have to be in a gym. And you can enjoy real food. You don't have to depend on supplements like Juice Plus and different things, because there's plenty of real food, and real food is what is going to be sustainable for you in the long term versus trying to live on supplements, which is not sustainable. I mean, just think about it. If you were traveling, if you were on a remote island somewhere, and I was just chatting with someone on here that were living on a small island outside of the Bahamas. So say that you're there on vacation and you rely on supplements. So how are you going to get the supplements if you run out of it? How are you going to have access to it? But if you depend on real food, that's going to be a lot more accessible for you. Do you agree with that? Do you agree that real food is going to be more accessible than having to live on supplements and rely on supplements? And I would love to know if you're currently taking supplements. Drop it in the chat box what type of supplements that you are taking. Is it protein powder? Is it Juice Plus? Is it something else? Or maybe what have you tried before that you liked or you didn't like? Because I know we've all tried supplements, right? I know I have. Let me know if you have. Give me a like if you've tried supplements. And give me a love if you don't love it, if you love real food. Because I recently did a post about bread, because bread is such an interesting food. And drop a yes if you like bread or if you love bread, or drop a no if you don't like bread. Now, maybe you like it, but maybe you feel like you cannot eat it because of like gluten, sensitivity, allergies, wheat stuff. But think about, the whole gluten thing, right? Because that's what I got into with chatting with different ladies over the weekend. And still, because that bread post had like 300 comments, it was crazy. But a lot of people love bread, and some people just can't have it. So the thing is, with the type of food is the gluten. Have you been tested, right? Because if you've been tested, if you do have allergies, if you do have sensitivities and all of that, then yeah, it's understandable that, you're not going to do gluten, that it doesn't agree with you. But if you haven't been tested, also think about, is it really the bread, or is it other stuff? Is it the food that you put on the bread, or is it other foods in your diet that cause you to bloat, to cause you this sensitivity, to cause you to gain weight? Because bread in itself, if it's wheat, if it's seeded, flax, whole grain, that kind of bread is healthy, and if it's a good bread, it has little to no sugar. So we don't have to avoid bread to avoid sugar. Let me know again if you love bread. LaDon says yes. She loves bread. And Tihana, yes, bread fan. Yes, I know you do, Tihana. That's awesome. Um, so people try various techniques to lose weight. And I would love to hear in the comments, what's the craziest technique that you have tried to lose weight? I remember one time I was on this funny diet where one day I would eat ice cream, and then one day I would eat all fruits and berries. One day I would eat all vegetables. It was like 5-day diet, and it had certain foods that you could eat every day, and you would only eat that food as much as you wanted of that food in one day. Of course, the favorite day was the ice cream day, but that stuff is not sustainable. So with all these various techniques, with all these diets, and again, I'd love to know what kind of diet you've tried. Diets aren't sustainable over the long term. And with a lot of diets, yes, we lose weight, but we typically don't sustain it. We don't maintain the weight because we deprive ourselves. And that's why the weight does not stay off, because after we've lost the weight, then we go back to our regular way of eating, or we just eat whatever we want to eat because we are so deprived and we are so craving something else. Have you ever felt this way? Let me know, yes, yes, or no. If you felt this way as far as being deprived with going off a diet. And then maybe, you're on a certain diet, but you really do want a piece of bread, but it's not really allowed in the diet, so you have a piece of bread. And then you feel guilty. Why should you feel guilty with having a piece of bread? I have a client I'm working with now, and she's a little bit older. She's actually 70 years old. And she was so mad at herself when she joined the New Me Academy for letting herself go for that many years, getting to a point. She said, I'm almost handicapped, for God's sake. And she gave me all these swear words when we first talked, because she was so pissed at herself for letting herself go for all those years. She's 70 years old and she has a lot of weight to lose, but she's doing it, she's losing it. And she said, Linda, I don't understand. Now I can eat bread, I can eat pasta, I can eat real food, and I've been brainwashed with all these 12-step program type of diets that I can't have this, I can't have that, but I can, and I can still lose weight. So she is amazed, but it's possible. Thank you, Tihana. Yes, not only are diet not sustainable, they're also never taught me anything. Yes, yes. Yeah, exactly. They made you feel more guilty about eating, which, is horrible when you think of it, because we need food, our body needs fuel, we need a variety of nutrients, and food is energy. And if we are just living on diets and we're depriving ourselves and we're eating too few calories, then we are going to end up feeling guilty. And we shouldn't feel guilty about feeding our own body in order to feel better, right? Do you agree? Say right. Say right so I don't get too many yeses and nos. Say right. Um, so undereating is a big thing, right? So I'll go into the undereating first because most people actually undereat. The ladies that I work with, a lot of them think that, oh my gosh, I'm eating so much food. And no, you're not. You're eating too little food. You're eating too few calories. Question for you. Do you ever skip meals? And if so, what is your typical meal that you skip? I'm not going to say favorite meal of skipping, but what is your typical meal that you skip? Let me know in the comments. And this is different for everyone, right? Some people skip breakfast, some skip lunch, some skip dinner. And it could be different reasons, right? It could be deliberate, or you could just be so busy, or you maybe don't have the food available, or somebody else is cooking and you don't like what they're cooking. But what do you typically skip? Okay, so Nisreen, am I saying that correctly? Forgive me if I'm not. So typically dinner. So why, Nisreen, would you typically skip dinner? Is it because, yeah, what's the reason? Tell me, and then I'll go into my next bullet point here in a little bit. But a lot of times with skipping meals, with eating too few calories, the main reason is because we are afraid to gain weight. So we think that if we eat too few calories, we're going to lose weight. Because science says that, hey, if you balance stuff out, and if you eat less than like 500 calories, then you're going to be able to reduce weight. But the thing is, if you're already under eating and you're skipping another 500 calories, then the body is not getting enough fuel. Okay, so Nisreen, for better sleep. What time do you typically go to bed, and what time do you typically eat dinner, Nisreen, if you were to eat dinner? Because that's an important point too. Obviously, if we eat a big meal like dinner, and we eat that late, say at 8 o'clock, and then we finish eating at 8:30, but then we want to go to bed at 9, we're going to feel full. We're going to feel kind of bloated, and we may not sleep that well because we've had too much food and it's too close to bedtime. Does that make sense? And I know for me, if I eat a big meal and I go to bed, and especially if it's a heavier meal and it has more fat, it has more salt, it has more sugar, maybe I've gone out for dinner and it was a later dinner, but I'm tired and I want to go to bed, I'll wake up so many times. I will not sleep as well because of the amount and also the type of food that I've had. So the type of food is super important. So afraid to eat more calories. When I work with my clients and we look at their calories and I say, okay, you need to increase the calories, my clients typically get scared. They're like, oh, no, I don't want to increase the calories because I'm afraid that I'm going to gain weight. So Nasreen says, okay, 11 o'clock, last dinner will be around 3. Wow, that's a lot of hours without eating. Are you hungry? Are you hungry when you go to bed? Because for me, if I were to skip a dinner, maybe I went out, maybe I went to visit some people and I didn't like what they had, and so I didn't eat dinner. But then if I come home and I'm hungry and I go to bed, I also have trouble sleeping. So if I eat too much or if I eat too little, I will have trouble sleeping both times because I'll be too hungry. So for me, what I'll do is I may just have a slice of bread with a piece of cheese on it, or maybe I'll have, some oatmeal with some berries, but I'll want to eat something before I go to bed, because if not, I will be so hungry that I will not be able to eat. I will not be able to sleep. I mean, I'm thinking too much about food right now. So let me know, what time is it where you are right now, and how many times, don't think about how big the meal was or if it was a meal or a snack. How many times have you had food today? Let me know the number and let me know what time it is where you are listening from. All right, so let me know what country you're in, what time zone, and how many times you have eaten today. Is it one, two, five? What is it? So back to my clients, they're terrified of adding more calories, but my clients trust me. And what happens when they do agree, or they not, I shouldn't say agree, because they listen to me, because I'm giving them a recommendation and they hired me as a coach. So when they up their calories, they realize that, wow, I can still lose weight with eating more food. It's like magic, right? It's like magic. Deepika says 5 times. And what time is it there, Deepika? What time is it where you are at? Where are you located? All right. So the number of calories is different for everyone because we all have a different body and we all have a different goal. And there's different factors that take effect, right? Your sleep, your stress level, your hormones, your metabolism, your age, your gender, how much you've been drinking, water or any other kind of fluids. But in my opinion, nobody should be under 1,250 calories. Nobody should go under 1,250 calories per day because it's just not enough food if you do. I mean, myself, I eat about 2,000 calories a day, and I'm only 5'4", and I weigh 111 pounds. So I'm a small person in that regard, but I eat a lot of food because I want the energy. Who else wants energy? Type energy. Oh, Nasreen, you're in Austria. That is so nice. I've never been there. Never been there. Not yet. Not yet. Love to travel. And Diana was saying about the supplement. She takes D fish oil multivitamin. Why, Diana, do you take a multivitamin? I am curious. And there's different reasons from different people why you take that. But so that's about the under eating. Now, another important thing, and a lot of people practice this, they practice intermittent fasting. Let me know, type IF. If you practice intermittent currently, type IF capitalized. If you have tried it, type lowercase IF. And if not, just put not. Oh, West Africa, Trudy. Wow, that's exciting. Yay. What time is it there, Trudy, in West Africa? I would love to know. And let me know, how many times have you eaten food today? Food or snacks, how many times? So intermittent fasting, the main reason most people practice this is to lose weight with intermittent fasting. Do you agree? Is that why you have tried it? If you have tried it? For me, I'm not a fan of intermittent fasting because I know that our body needs, and I believe our body needs a lot of calories to get through the day and to have a lot of energy. And a lot of times the people who practice intermittent fasting, they're not necessarily in shape or have a great body. So it's not that you'll automatically lose weight and get in great shape with intermittent fasting, right? So I look at it more as like with intermittent fasting, maybe people are doing it because it's easy, right? It's one less meal to think about. It's less food to cook, and it's less food to buy. And it's also going to be less expensive because you don't have to buy that much food. What do you say about intermittent fasting? What is your take on that? Why would you do it? Why have you tried it? Was it for weight loss? Was it for ease? Was it for laziness, convenience? What was it for? Um, because one of my clients, she does some fasting. Now, it's a little bit different, but it's similar in ways too. And she does some fasting for religious reasons. But when she did the fasting for religious reasons, what happened was that she actually gained weight when she was fasting for these religious reasons. So she was losing weight, working with me in the New Me Academy. Then she fasted, and then instead of keeping on losing, it went the other way, went up. So then we had to work on that when she got back to eating, which was several days. It was like 5 days. So I'm not a fan of starving the body. I'm not a fan of intermittent fasting or any kind of fasting, really. But, if you have to do it for religious reasons, then, that's your choice. But understand that it's not going to help your metabolism. It's not going to help our metabolism at all with fasting. Okay? Does that make sense? Trudy says breakfast and a late lunch today. Wow, so only 2 meals by 7 p.m. Is that right? So it's 12, before I joined here, it was 12 o'clock. I'm in Pacific Standard Time in California. And I already had 5 different meals and snacks. 5 of them by noon, right? And I'm 111 pounds. So people think that I don't eat because I'm 111 pounds, but I actually eat a lot. But I have really good metabolism. My metabolism is on fire. And one of the reasons why is because I fuel my body and I also exercise. Now, of course, with the whole food thing, right? It depends on what are you eating, right? You want to practice moderation when it comes to less healthier foods, right? And you want to try to avoid fast foods like French fries and burgers, processed foods like yummy potato chips that I love. Yes, 5, Trudy. I eat a lot, but I love it. I love to eat. And I'm passionate about my food. So for me, I eat over 2,000 calories a day. And that's why I say don't go under 1,250. But practice moderation when it comes to something that's less healthy, but also figure out the balance, because you want to be able to get some activity and then you want to eat, and then you got to balance those 2 things out so that you're not working out, 3 hours a day, but you're eating very little, so you're down here, and you don't want to be where you're eating a ton of food up here and you're not working out hardly at all, because that's going to be off, right? So you want to find the balance where you're working out, but you're also eating enough. And working out, you don't have to go to a gym. You don't have to join a gym. It depends, of course, what your goals are. But if your main goal is to lose weight, you could do so much at home. So much at home. And that's what most of my clients do. And they have so much accountability with me. And the accountability is what keeps them on track. The accountability and the support. So tell me, would you prefer, or do you prefer to work out at home or in the gym? Just put home or put gym. And even with, when I say working out, we can lose a lot of weight in the beginning just with walking. Again, depends on your goals, depends on what exercise you're used to doing. But you can do a lot with just walking, and walking is so easy. All you need is your sneakers, you need a safe place to walk, and you need some daylight, right? So Tihana says, haven't eaten fast food in probably 2+ months. Yay. Have been feeling great. Real food is so much more better. So much more better. And also it's become a habit to reach for something healthier, more nutritious, rather than some fast food that only slows me down and makes me feel sluggish. Yay, Tihana. Tihana is in the New Me Academy. She's one of my clients. She's doing amazing. and lost so much weight, been changing up so many things in a short amount of time. But here you go. Yeah, she's not feeling slowed down. She's not feeling sluggish. I know you're sleeping better. I know you have more energy. I know you're drinking more water. So you're doing all of that and you're incorporating it. And the key here, ladies, is consistency. Because you can do whatever you want to do. If you're not consistent with it, just like your business, if you're not consistently working on your business, how do you expect then to be successful? Right? You have to be consistent. Super duper 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 important. Hey, Samya, thanks for coming on. So nice to see you, lady. I know both eating more and not working and eating less and working more, the latter is dangerous, can be fatal. Yeah, it can, because our body needs nourishment and we need a variety of food. And if the body doesn't get that, it'll hang on to whatever it has because it's starved and it doesn't know when the next food is coming. And if you always eat the same thing, I just finished a 30-day challenge last week. And one of the ladies in there, she ate the same thing every single day. Like her dinner was chicken and sesame seeds and carrots. That was what she had for dinner every single day. And I'm like, you need to eat other food. You need a variety of food. She had never tried avocado before, and she's in her 50s. Who here likes avocado? I love avocado. And there's so many things you can do with it, right? But the whole fear is of gaining weight. But just remember that food is fuel, and carbohydrate is our master fuel. That is what our body needs. So we have to feed ourselves, and we need to be consistent. Consistent with the exercise, consistent with the foods, and consistent with the water, right? Same as like sleep and everything. We need to be consistent with all of that, because if not, we're going to go up and down. And if you're eating a lot one day, little another day, exercising a lot one day, little another day, the same thing is going to happen with the number on the scale. Up, down, up, down, up, down. It's going to be like a roller coaster, and you don't want that because it hurts your metabolism. It hurts your hormones. It hurts your immune system. And you don't need to take all this different stuff for your immune system. You need to take real food. So just a few minutes that I have left, but how I work with my clients, mainly middle-aged women, but there's some wiggle room there. And it's relatable coaching. I'm a female and I'm here for you. I support you 100%. I care about you as a person. And I'm all about real food because that's what's sustainable. And I'm all about educating you so you learn and you know what to do after we're done working together. You're not left in the dark like you are when you use a meal plan or when you use a diet. You actually learn, and that's how you sustain. And I'm there for you 100%. So I encourage you, ladies, if you want any kind of help at all, if you're struggling to lose weight, I hate to see women struggle to lose weight. And I hate to see women under eating and over exercising. Book a call with me. The link is up above in the description. Book a call with me. Get into my free group, LTLTE Health and Fitness Group. I can tag you in there. Remind me when you're in there, please. And I will tag you. I will give you a free workout guide that you can follow at home. And I post in there every day. I give tips, inspiration, value, but I'm here again to support you. And I believe in you, and you need to believe in yourself because it's totally possible. I am 53 years young. Next month, I'm in the best shape of my life. I have tons of energy. And if I can be there, so can you. All right? So join my group, book a call, and I'll see you all again next week. Hit the like, hit the love, tag a friend that needs to listen to this. And have a beautiful rest of your Thursday, wherever in the world you're located. Bye, ladies. Thanks for being here.